cover how to use the nick function for stopping during heel. The nick button is the one on the side of the doctor collars, on the doctor remotes, on the top. And if you look closely, it'll say the word nick, and there's an N, a braille N on the button on the top. So when I'm walking with the dog, and you've already taken a look at how to do our 180 turns with our dogs, now we're going to incorporate when we stop, we want the dog to stop. It's important that you know your dog's working level. I don't want to give her a correction that's too high or too low. I need it to be the one that she responds to. So likely, since you've been working with us already, you will know what level your dog functions at. Important thing to remember that in this sort of scenario where it's super calm, she doesn't have a lot of distractions, I may be on a low number. Maybe I'm on 10 out of 100. But maybe we go to the lake or to the waterfront and there's a bunch of dogs and people and things are exciting. I might be on a higher level, and that's okay. If she doesn't respond to the lower level that she usually does in her calm environment, I'm just going to go up maybe 10 at a time until I get the reaction from her that I need. If I stop and I give her a correction, and then I stop and give her a correction, and she doesn't seem to be getting it, I'm going to be going up on the remote every time until she seems to find it convincing enough to stop when I stop. Because again, this is not a how to teach her this is how to use this. She will already know this by this point when you're watching this video. And it's just up to the owner to make sure that they can use the remote properly to teach the dog, or to continue to teach the dog what they should be doing and when they should be stopping with you. So it's important to remember that when we are stopping with the dog, we want the dog to stop at the ball of our foot or behind. If she passes me, I'm going to mark the incorrect behavior with the word no, and then I'm going to hit the nick button. I do not want to do it at the same time. I want to make sure that it goes no, nick. Because if you do it at the same time, the physical will always override the verbal, and she will never hear you, she'll just feel it. And we want to make sure that the collar doesn't have that power, that you have the power, and that the collar is reinforcing your words or your marker. Just like when I have a treat, I say the word yes if she sits, and then the treat follows. It's the exact same thing. I say the word no, and then the correction follows. So we're going to take that another look at how it works in motion. All right, ready? Let's go. So when I'm ready, I'm walking with her. My hand, because I know I'm going to stop, is on the nick button, and I stop. Yeah. So she stopped behind me, a little bit further behind, but she was doing what I was asking. She didn't pass me. So instead of saying no and giving her a nick, I said yes and gave her praise. Let's see if we can do this again and see if she makes a mistake. And if she doesn't, then I will just continue to show you. Let's go. No. Good. Yes. Good. So in that first one, she passed me. She was excited. She was in that forward momentum. And as soon as she passed me, the moment it happened, I said the word no, and then I tapped the nick button. Then I repeated it immediately. I didn't ask her to come back into heel position. I didn't ask her to fix anything. I just walked right past her, took 2 to 3 steps, stopped, and she stopped with me. And that time I said, yes, good job, gave her some physical praise. So again, it's very important to remember the position of her. The tip of her toes is pretty much at the middle, or the top 2/3 of my foot, or the bottom 1/3 of my foot, or behind. If she goes ahead, it's just a simple no and then a correction. I really want to make sure you understand also that I don't want her to be backed up. If she stops with me, she stops here, I don't want you pulling her back or trying to fix it, okay? If she stops ahead of you, say the word no, give her that correction, and then walk right past her and do it again. Yes. Hopefully she does it right that time, or if she needs another no and a correction, repeat that process until she stops with you. Don't ask her to fix it. Don't pull her back. Don't turn her around. Nothing. Just literally repeat that process. Sometimes it's 5 times. Sometimes I might be walking with her. I'm walking and then no, walking, no, walking, no. If she's passing me every time when I'm stopping, I'm marking it with no. And as soon as she does it right, yes, good girl. And it's really important to remember that. Just repeat it, because if I only tell her no every 5 minutes, I only try it once, it's a lot harder for that to sink in for her. So I just repeat it until she gets it right, and then I take a little break from the stops as soon as she gets it right. Come here. One more thing I'd like to add in. Because again, we're doing these stops in between our 180 page and turns. If your dog, you notice, is maybe getting too high of a correction and she's overreacting, turn it back down. If it's not working and she doesn't seem to be getting it, continue to turn it up. And if she starts to hang a lot further back, probably because she's afraid to pass you, right? She's trying to do what's right. Maybe she's hanging 2-3 feet back. We can appreciate that, but we're still going to call her up to us, and then maybe we'll stop a little less abruptly. So maybe I'll walk fast with her, and then I'll slow down, and then I'll stop, just to give her a little bit more of a chance. If I find that she's trying to avoid coming close to me to pass me, and we don't want that. We want to make sure it's fair to her, that she understands she's in control of what happens with her as well. Good job, good job. Once you get better at it, you can also speed it up a little bit. Let's go, come on, go. Yes, good girl. And you can do quick stops like that, where you run and stop. And again, I'm not going to give huge corrections if she gets that wrong. I'm going to go quite low. I don't want her to be afraid to learn that. I don't want her to feel shut down because I'm making it harder for her. And I just want her to keep happy, excited to continue to work in this manner. Yes, good girl, good job. Another question I get all the time is, do I have to get her to sit every time I stop? And I do like it. I want to know, and you haven't seen me having to ask her to sit because she already knows this. If she doesn't know it, or you find that she's not doing it for you, then when you stop, just gently pull up on that collar, and just like we've seen in our other videos, how to do the pressure sit, then as soon as her butt drops, you release that pressure and reward her from there. Today we've covered how to use the nick function, how to make sure she stops when you stop. Remember that you can go up if it's not working. You can go up and increase in intensity, and also how to go down if she's overreacting, and how to encourage her to continue coming up even though she might be afraid not to pass you. Remember, one of the best ways to use this in your practice is for dogs who are a bit reactive, or dogs who lose focus. If you're walking towards another dog and your dog perks up, that's a great time to throw in a stop. If they're too busy looking at the other dog and they don't stop with you, you're going to say no, give them a correction. So this teaches them that it's not their job to focus on all these distractions. It's not their job to be aggressive or reactive or pull you down the road because they want to go somewhere. It's their job to focus on you and to look for you for guidance. So again, great way to set them up. If they look super distracted or that they might be aggressive or reactive, throw in a stop and continue this on the way to that desired. So that is how you use the nick function with the dog remote to work on your stops during heel work. Thank you, a huge thank you to the lovely Oakley for being a wonderful student today, and good luck and happy training.